Have you ever paused to wonder, not with your mind, but with your soul, why you were born to the exact mother you had? Why her hands shaped your body, and her absence shaped your spirit? What if, before you even took your first breath, there was an ancient agreement, a soul-level vow, to walk together through a sacred fire? What if the woman who could not hold your tears was the very soul who helped sculpt your strength? What if her wounding wasn't a mistake, but the very material your destiny would be carved from? This isn't just about trauma. This is about the hidden contract behind it, the one your soul signed in silence, before time, before form, before forgetting. A contract not for comfort, but for remembrance, not for ease, but for expansion, not to destroy you, but to awaken you, because the mother-child bond is never random. It is a bridge between lifetimes, a portal between the spiritual and the physical. And when that bond is painful, it doesn't mean it was wrong. It means it was sacred, complex, initiatory. So let's begin, not with blame, but with reverence, with the knowing that your soul chose this woman, this wound, this path, for a reason written in stars, not scars. Are you ready to remember why? Long before you entered this life, before your first cry, before your mother ever whispered your name, there was a moment of divine choosing. In the realm between worlds, where time dissolves and the soul remembers, you looked upon her and said yes, not to the comfort she could offer, but to the awakening her pain would bring. This is the mystery of soul contracts. You see, the soul doesn't seek ease, it seeks expansion. It doesn't come to earth to be coddled, but to be cracked open. And so, in that higher realm of knowing, your soul may have chosen a mother who would not give you what you wanted, but exactly what you needed to evolve. Not the soft embrace of certainty, but the sharp edge that would carve your character. It is said that souls travel in groups, that we reunite lifetime after lifetime to mirror, trigger, and teach each other what cannot be learned in light. Alone, the mother-child bond is one of the most potent of these sacred agreements, because the mother is the first universe, and if that universe is wounded, then the journey of the child becomes one of sacred remembering. Your contract was not punishment, it was preparation. Preparation to carry wisdom where others carried wounds, to cultivate compassion where others collapsed, to walk through pain and emerge with truth in your hands. And though you may not remember making that choice, your healing is proof that you did. The wounded mother is often seen as the source of pain, the origin of wounds that run deep and bleed silently through generations. But what if she is also the sacred mirror, reflecting your own soul's hidden shadows? What if her cracks and fractures are not just flaws, but powerful catalysts for your transformation? In the dance between mother and child, the wounded mother holds up a mirror, one that can be difficult to face, but essential to your awakening. Her pain is not just hers alone. It is woven into the fabric of your being, intertwining your stories in ways that call you to look deeper. She may have been limited by her own fears, shaped by her unhealed wounds, and bound by the chains of her past. And in her reflection, you see not only what was denied to you, but what you must now claim for yourself. The love she couldn't give becomes the love you learn to embody. The silence she maintained becomes the voice you find within. This sacred mirror is both a challenge and a gift. It asks you to move beyond blame and into understanding, to recognize that her brokenness is not your failure but your invitation, an invitation to step into your power, to break cycles, and to heal not only yourself but the lineage that flows through your veins. Her wounds are the soil from which your healing blooms, and in this you find your spiritual mission, to transform the pain passed down and become the alchemist of your own soul. When we speak of the mother-child soul contract, we cannot shy away from the raw human emotions that rise like tides within the heart: betrayal, anger, injustice. These feelings are not signs of failure or weakness. They are the sacred fire that purifies the soul's journey. Betrayal is often the first storm to crash upon the shores of the wounded daughter's spirit. It whispers, "How could the one meant to protect me become the source of my deepest pain?" This question echoes in the quiet corners of the soul, stirring confusion and heartbreak. But beneath this pain lies a profound invitation, the invitation to witness your own resilience, your capacity to survive even when love was absent. Anger, too, is a holy flame. It burns away denial and forces you to confront truths that were once buried. It gives voice to the silent child who was unseen, unvalued, unheard. Anger is not your enemy. It is your fierce protector, your first step toward reclaiming your power. injustice settles in the spaces where love should have been. The moments you longed for safety but found uncertainty instead. It is the ache of unfairness, the weight of unmet needs that shape your view of the world. Yet this feeling also plants the seed of justice within you, a call to create boundaries, to demand respect, and to live by your own truth. Together, these emotions form the crucible where your awakening is forged. They are painful, yes, but they are also the messengers guiding you from victimhood to sovereignty. To honor these feelings is to honor your path, your growth, and your ultimate freedom. Within the depths of your pain lies a hidden initiation, a sacred passage that few recognize until they have walked its shadowed path. This initiation is not marked by ceremony or applause, but by the quiet, relentless unfolding of your soul's transformation. The wounds inflicted by your mother are not simply scars to be mourned. They are gateways to awakening. Every sting of abandonment, every whisper of neglect, every echo of unspoken words is a threshold. Crossing it demands courage, the courage to face the rawness of your own heart, to sit with discomfort, and to embrace the unknown parts of yourself that have long been buried. This is the sacred reversal, where suffering becomes your teacher and pain becomes your guide. This initiation calls you to step beyond victimhood and into the role of healer, not the healer who fixes another, but the healer who restores herself. It asks you to reclaim the fragments of your soul, scattered by neglect, to gather them tenderly, and to weave them into a tapestry of wholeness. In this process, you become the alchemist of your lineage. You take the inherited pain, the silent legacy of generations, and transform it into a powerful source of wisdom and compassion. This is the spiritual mission written in the stars before your birth, to transmute suffering into light, to break the cycle, and to illuminate the path. For those who follow, the initiation hidden within the pain is not easy. It is a journey through darkness that demands patience, self-love, and fierce determination. But it is also the path to your deepest freedom, the awakening of the soul that knows it is not broken. Only becoming. Karma is often misunderstood as punishment or fate, but within the mother-child soul contract, it reveals itself as a profound teacher, a spiritual mechanism guiding your soul's evolution. The wounds passed down from your mother may carry the echoes of unresolved lessons, patterns repeating silently across generations, inviting you to step into your power by breaking their cycle. Consider abandonment. If your mother's own fears led her to emotionally withdraw, you might inherit a deep-rooted sense of distrust or insecurity. Yet this karmic thread holds within it the opportunity to learn self-trust and cultivate inner safety. It is not about blaming the past, but about recognizing the gift hidden within the pain. Or take criticism and perfectionism. Perhaps the harsh words or impossible standards you faced were echoes of your mother's own unmet needs and fears. This karmic pattern challenges you to develop your authentic voice and embrace your worth beyond external validation. Emotional absence may have been your inheritance, but it invites you to reclaim your intuitive power and become the nurturing presence you longed for. Your soul is not a victim of karma. It is refined and strengthened by it, sculpted through challenges to become wiser and freer. Understanding what karma might be at work helps you move from confusion to clarity, from reaction to conscious choice. It reminds you that your story is not a tragedy, but a sacred journey, one where you are the alchemist, transforming inherited shadows into radiant light. How do you know if your relationship with your mother was more than just circumstance, if it was truly a soul contract written before time? There are signs whispered by your heart and etched into your life's journey, waiting for you to listen deeply. Perhaps you've always felt older than your years, carrying wisdom and sensitivity that set you apart from your peers. This inner knowing, a profound maturity born of early pain, speaks to a soul prepared for a sacred mission. It's as if you were initiated before birth into mysteries others don't see. Maybe your pain leads you down spiritual paths, meditation, therapy, shadow work, not as a coincidence, but as a calling. You are drawn to healing not only your wounds but the invisible threads that bind generations. This relentless inner work is a sign that your soul remembers its purpose. Despite the struggles, you might feel a strange, tender love for your mother's soul, even when her actions were hurtful. This paradox reveals a deeper connection, a soul-level bond that transcends human pain. It is the echo of a pre-birth agreement, a silent vow to transform suffering into wisdom. Other signs include moments of déjà vu, feelings of being watched, over by ancestral spirits, or recurring dreams that feel like messages from beyond. These spiritual nudges confirm that your journey with your mother is part of a greater cosmic design. Recognizing these signs invites you to step fully into your power and embrace your sacred role as both daughter and healer, a living testament to the soul contract. Fulfilled. Releasing the story you have carried for so long does not mean erasing the lessons etched deep within your soul. It means choosing to no longer be bound by pain, while honoring the wisdom it brought you. Forgiveness, in this sacred context, is not forgetting or condoning what happened. It is remembering with peace and reclaiming your power. To release the story is to step out of the victim role and into sovereignty. It is the act of saying, "This chapter no longer defines me." You hold the power to rewrite your narrative, not by denying your past, but by integrating it into the foundation of your healing. Visualize burning the karmic scroll, the old agreements and emotional debts that have chained you. Feel the weight lifting as the flames consume resentment, blame, and sorrow. Yet, amidst the ashes, the lessons remain, the seeds of resilience, courage, and compassion that have blossomed from your pain. Releasing the story is an act of love toward yourself and your lineage. It acknowledges the wounds without letting them dictate your future. It creates space for new patterns, new relationships, and a new way of being, one rooted in freedom, authenticity, and grace. Remember, honoring the soul contract means embracing both the shadow and the light. The story shaped you, but it does not own you. You are the author now, the healer, the alchemist, the woman who transforms pain into profound beauty. The wounded child within you is not only a personal story, it is a vital part of a greater collective awakening. Your pain is a thread woven into the vast tapestry of ancestral and collective suffering, and your healing ripples far beyond your own life. When you step into your power as the wounded daughter who chooses to heal, you become a beacon of transformation for your entire lineage. This role is both sacred and heavy. You carry the silent prayers of generations of women who suffered in shadows, who endured heartbreak and abandonment without voice or refuge. Your courage to confront the wound, to hold it with tenderness rather than denial, is a revolutionary act. It interrupts cycles that once seemed unbreakable. By healing your mother wound, you are not only freeing yourself, you are dissolving patterns of trauma that have haunted your family line. Each boundary you set, each act of self-love, sends waves of liberation through the bloodline, healing echoes of pain carried silently through time. You become the karmic interrupter, the torchbearer walking through darkness with a light that guides future daughters away from pain toward wholeness. Your awakening is a gift to the collective soul, a testimony that transformation is possible and that love can rewrite even the most painful contracts. In embracing your wounded child, you embrace a profound spiritual mission, one that transcends the personal and honors the interconnectedness of all souls. Your healing is a prayer, your presence a blessing, your journey an invitation for others to awaken and rise. Spiritual liberation is the sacred fruit that grows from the soil of your deepest wounds. It is the moment when you finally see beyond the pain, beyond the stories that once defined you, and recognize the radiant soul that has always been within. This liberation is not about forgetting your mother's wounds or pretending the past never happened. It is about reclaiming your power to transcend them. To be reborn as your own soul's guardian means stepping into a new identity, one that honors your history without being imprisoned by it. It means acknowledging that your mother's soul, despite her limitations, loved you in her own way, and that her role in your life was part of a divine tapestry woven before time. This rebirth is the flowering of your soul's resilience and the awakening of your own sacred mother archetype. You become the nurturer of your inner child, the protector of your truth, and the keeper of your heart's light. In this space, you no longer seek validation outside, but cultivate a deep well of self-love and trust within. You walk forward, not as the child bound by wounds, but as the sovereign woman who chooses softness over hardness, presence over avoidance, and love over fear. This transformation is a spiritual initiation, arising from ashes, a return home to yourself. In this liberation, you find freedom, freedom to love without conditions, freedom to rest in your worthiness, freedom to trust the unfolding of your path. Your soul, once fragmented by pain, now sings a song of wholeness, harmony, and radiant light. This is the rebirth of the soul, the sacred completion of the contract, and the eternal beginning of your journey as the healer, the mother, and the awakened self. As we come to the close of this journey, let us rest in the gentle knowing that the soul contract between you and your mother was never meant to be a chain, but a bridge that connects not just to lives, but to timeless souls meeting across the vastness of existence. The contract may be complete, but the love the soul loved transcends time and space. It is eternal, unbound by pain or separation. It lives quietly in the spaces between heartbeats, in the silent pulse of your being. Now that you have remembered, that ancient agreement awakens in you a profound freedom to forgive without forgetting, to release without losing, to hold peace where once was turmoil. You are no longer the child trapped by wounds, but the sovereign soul who carries light through the darkness. Your path is illuminated by the wisdom of pain transformed, and love reclaimed at. So, take a deep breath, and feel into this moment, the sacred stillness where healing dwells. The soul contract was not a sentence, but a sacred mission fulfilled. And now, you are free to love, free to rest, free to trust, free to live fully in the radiance of your true self. Welcome home. Your soul has been waiting for you.